Did you feel that shift? You just level up, my friend. Everything is different from here. Did you feel that there was a letting go? There was a letting go of all constructs. Finally, it's no longer. Everything is different from now forward. Because everything shifted. You know, when some of these realizations land in the body, you can't go back. Because you see the truth. And when you see the truth of a situation, only an idiot would keep going and behaving the same way, knowing that it doesn't work. So, this is the deal with the body. The body needs to go through its own evolutionary journey. That's why we go into these situations on the ground and play out a little bit. Sometimes you're being asked to do that because it's what's needed for the body to grow and to comprehend the truth of what's going on here. But you can only truly walk that path when you have made a connection with the body and you have established enough repertoire, so to speak, so that your body's trusting you, that you got it. Then it ceases to become dualistic and it starts to work in unison with you. And that is the lovemaking that you're meant to do inside of you. And all of that lovemaking is feeling the feelings. Actually daring to feel them, not running away from them, chasing and running after this one or that one or this situation or that situation or, you know, there is no escape this truth. But some beings want to pretend that you can escape. But once you see, it's like a big ball of like boulder. Once it's rolling down the hill, you can't stop it. You don't want to. And that's what it is with this energy game. Once you get momentum, it's like people better get on board or get the fuck away, because this train is going. You know, that's what we realized. Like, this whole thing is such a freaking roller coaster of like, whenever you get something, next, level up. Come on, let's keep going. It's very interesting. The soul is like, when you see the game and you see the players in the game and you see what's going on, you can only do that through the body. People that don't get this think that we're probably crazy. And let them. Just let them think that. It's okay. This is a game, an energy game. And we can play it the way that we want, as long as we're respectful and honoring of our own energy space. That's the power you have. You don't have to follow these society's rules if you know nature's rule, which is the body's true rule here. Not that you're delusioning, you're like completely delusional and think that you're following the body, but you're following the mind and idea of what this goes deep. But the switch is, and then in a moment, you've made the shift. It can happen in a moment. We took some time. But now we're in study of the things that we were shedding. And now we're studying it on the outside. And that's has been all of these narcissistic behaviors, attacking when you're saying another story, not wanting to feel, because of stories. There are all these different ways. It doesn't matter if you're the empath or the narcissist. It doesn't freaking matter. It's just about balancing the unbalance. But first you have to see it. Otherwise, yeah, spin your wheels. You know? Like before you truly see the truth of what's going on, you're gonna go off. You're going to think what you want to think, and then you're going to go off and ask the universe. But until you have learned how the universe operates and what the laws are here and what's your responsibility, it's going to limit how they can assist you. And this is a practice that has to occur with many different misperceptions. That's what we have seen. After tuning ourselves to the holistic perspective, the next is to tune the body to the holistic perspective. And for that, there are daily things, that habits that would be a great benefit if you can learn how to break habits. Because that, when you break the right habits, your life, and you and when you inject the right habits, when you exclude the right ones and inject the right ones, your life starts to change. But it's always usually, when it's not going well, it's always usually a misperception somewhere, and something that you're not being called to do. It's always something like that. But you have to be truthful with yourself and not think that you know better than what Gaia is presenting. You know? It's like, fuck. It's like this energy game. We get how many people don't see this. And we are surprised, actually. Now we're surprised. Because of how clear we're seeing it. Oh, it's a little daunting, because we're like trying to have a conversation with someone because of something we're seeing, but they're not seeing it. They're seeing something completely different. Oh shit, what the heck? They're not even seeing it. Like that's how we are seeing how people are asleep now. And we used to be one of them that was asleep. We are shifting so fast with this ascension program. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty intense, because we're shifting through things all the time, and we're walking the body's path. And then once it gets the learning, next. And sometimes it's like one person is out, another person comes in to take its place, so to speak. There are a lot of different things that can happen. And it's just for the continuous learning of what the soul is ready for with the body. It's not about love. Like, that is love. That is love. Because everyone is at different stages of their readiness for the next level. And that's... You just did it, man. Woman, dude, dudettes, whatever you want to be called. This is very exciting times. There was a shift. And perhaps you didn't feel it right the first time it shifted, but then it continued to shift. These are one of these ripples. Sometimes the reality ripples and sort of just fixes people around you to certain things. And suddenly it just changes. This is the reality changes. These are quantum shifts. People don't know that this is what's happening though, because they just see what's happening. But when you are walking your path in integrity, and when you're actually doing things from your heart, truly, and not bullshitting yourself or someone else, and you've practiced that, boy, it's just a matter of time before life out there catches up with you. But it does take some time to get all of these habits in. Like, it's not done in 128 day. Like, we've used quite a few, and there's been a lot of preparation to actually comprehend this and actually get to that stream and realize what was what. So there's been a lot of internal studies and experiences to get to this place. It's a deep level of comprehending the self. Knowing fully what we're here to do. And when Gaia is asking us to help someone. And we know when that happens, sometimes we can come across a little bit like we say certain things that it just opened up some things for some darkness to be cleared. And then they experience darkness for a little period after the light got shown. That's a gift. That's the gift. You know? Can you see the gift in your brother and your sister's life? Can you see the gift that your brother and your sister has in your life? Can you see that? Can you recognize the soul in them? And can you also recognize where they're at? So that you can just, can you read that? That's a good place to get to. That's a good goal. Because once you can read that, you start to determine much more who is for you and who is not for you. Because you can feel through the body and you can make sense of this reality. So, we had a higher life today. And some of the things that can happen when we are shifting so much is that things literally shift. We experienced today that our meeting software, the software that we're using for these live streamings, we opened it. First of all, it took a long time to load. But then when we loaded up, it looked like it had virus. It looked like it was a completely different website. So we're like, what is going on with this company? But it was like 10 minutes before start. So we're like, okay, what are we doing then? And so there is a little bit of, should we cancel? Like, what do we do now? 10 minutes? What can we do in 10 minutes? And so we just felt into it. Then the idea came, right? Which when you are stressed and when you're something, you can't see those things. And the idea was very simple. We have another one that we can use that we forgot about, you see? But in the integration with the body, you can, and that means calmness and just like, okay, well, what do we do here? And then we did that. But of course, many beings were trying to get in with the old link, so it was a little bit of a mess. But some people got in, some people didn't. We're trying to learn this new software a little bit also. So we hope that you're, these are a little bit like startup hiccups, clearly, that can happen. And these things happen when you shift in frequency. These things can just, suddenly things just happen like that. And you have to change. You have to be quick on your feet. Because these are resistances on its way out that sort of create little glitches in the matrix, in your matrix. Ours, in this case. So just pay attention. When those things happen, that's Gaia at play. Pay attention to what she's trying to tell you. Because we noticed that there are many beings, that there were things happening in there. One being we couldn't confirm to be, like it was just, yeah, Gaia is at play here. What is the message? You know? So, we hope, with all of that, we hope that you are ready for the next time we're having this in 1 week. Wow! So, yeah, these hair sessions, they are wonderful calibrations of frequency. We did shift through a lot, opened up the whole channel so that we were connected to HI. How everyone experiences that is slightly different. That's why it's so unique. You can have a lot of visions, a lot of things can happen. And so we're always so curious to hear what happened for people, because everything are actually telling you something about the path that you're on, and the path that you're clearing, and the path that you're working on. It's good to know where you're at, because when you know where you're at, truly, not just pretending, then you can finally, when you're truly real with yourself, you can finally move forward. You know? Otherwise, there is no set point. There's no real set point. Completely. So, we are getting so excited for what's to come. We are so looking forward to sharing so much with you guys that we're working on. And we're really looking forward to show you. If you haven't already, make sure that you are signed up for the community. There is a free way to get in there. There is a link. You sign up. I think there is a page that you get to, if I remember correctly, and all the way down there is a link that you get to join for free in our community, if you wish to do that. That's where you get to know what's happening and what we're working on when we are ready to release it, which is coming very soon. So we're very grateful and looking forward to this. All right, take care. Sending you so much love, and we'll talk to you again in the next one. Ciao.